The Occupy Wall Street movement is reaching a flashpoint. 2 months ago today it began, and this is what it looks like from the sky tonight.
If you believe in yourself, you will know how to ride a bike. Rock and roll!
So now technically your device is on. Can you tell? Oh, that's exciting!
Tube letter and everything. Dude, dear Logan Paul, at 100,000 we thought, not bad. That's a healthy new channel. At 1 million we thought, wow, this creator's pretty awesome. 10 million? The fact is, you're no longer just a great channel. You're a movement. You're a movement. You're a movement. I love that.
In this book, and I'm just like you, like I learned this from you. I model everyone, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm building a software company. Who do I model? Who are the best out there? And I was looking at everything. Initially started with business. I look at like Apple and Steve Jobs. I'm like, what did he do? And I started looking at like Tesla and Elon Musk. And then I started taking a step back and I looked at politics and like what are the people that are winning doing versus the people that are losing? And then I took another step back and I started studying everything from the really negative like cults and how they work, and then religion and everything in between. And it was cool. As I was going deep in the study, and I know you've done this before, you're going through stuff, and all of a sudden, like I started seeing this weird pattern. I was in a point of immersion where I was like, for 3 or 4 weeks, just geeking out, and all of a sudden, I'm like, there's this pattern. I was like, I started looking at, on one side, which, the negative side of things, like Hitler and the Nazi Party, and I saw like this is this pattern that he used. And I look over on the other side, Christ and Christianity, I see pattern here, and I see Jobs did it, and everyone, and like, oh gosh, there's this pattern. Oh, there's this pattern. There's this pattern.
But I'm sure.
Tons of sketches. Like this is a sketch from this. So this right here, this is the 3 things that every mass movement from the beginning of time all has had. I'll kind of go through real quickly. Number 1 is all of them have some type of charismatic leader.
Is going to be so important to human life in the future.
So to be led by somebody who is happy themselves, who loves people, who cares generally about people, and who looks for the best.
And I know that sometimes we notice this like in expert businesses, but first time I mentioned this on a podcast, and someone's like, well, that's not true with real businesses, Russell. Like, and I'm like, well, what about Steve Jobs? Like, or what about Apple? Like, who was their charismatic leader? And they're like, well, I guess they had one. And I mentioned 4 or 5 more, and they're like, okay, maybe all the good movements do have somebody that people can connect with. Yeah. And that's a big thing, because it's hard to connect with just a brand. Longer term, you can do that, but initially, especially, like, it's a person you connect with that gets you to want to follow. The number 2 thing in the pattern is all of them had like a future-based cause that they were taking people towards.
Our mission is Earth's most customer-centric company.
It's really simple. We want to make the best computers in the world.
We're a company driven by making the best personal computers in the world.
Our goal is to make the best personal computers in the world.
What drives us is wanting to make the best personal computers in the world.
Mind Valley, along with you guys, along with our team members around the world, are looking to create the world's greatest personal growth revolution in human history in the next decade.
And one of the coolest ways I found, I talk about this, I went through all the U.S. elections from the one that just happened all the way back to like George Bush, all the way back to George Washington. And what's interesting is I was able to find most of the campaign slogans on both the sides, like Republican or Democrat. And it didn't matter who won, what party, whatever, but the ones that won, all the candidates had like a very future-based cause. Think about Trump was, let's make America great again. And all the people that lost had a very present-based cause. Like Hillary had, I think hers, the 2 or 3 slogans I found hers like, I'm with her, and like very present-based things. You look back when Obama won, Obama was all about change, and Bush was. And then like, it's interesting. And so I started realizing that. And so inside of our big mass movement we were trying to create, I realized like we need a future-based cause. Like what is that? So we created one, and then we figured out how to amplify it, and we show all the examples of how we've done that. And that gets people to want to come with you. And then the third thing, and this is probably the least understood, but I think the most important, is every mass movement, the leader offered their people a new opportunity, which is
we don't take the point of view that we're going to price products, at a particular margin for ourselves. We say we're going to price products competitively, And if that means on that product that we lose money, that's okay, because we need to take care of the customer.
In 2001, we introduced the first iPod. And it didn't just change the way we all listen to music. It changed the entire music industry.
They didn't come and try to just help people become better, but they were like, look, this is a new opportunity I wanted to.
How would you define, so a lot of people don't make that, I know it sounds simple, but how do you define a new opportunity in your mind?
Yeah, so
so many people take something that currently exists and they convert it into seemingly a new opportunity. I'm just curious what your definition is.
So for me, I look at like whatever customer we're trying to serve, right? They're coming to us and they want a result. So this is the result I want to get over here. And usually we're not the first person they came to. Like usually they've been trying to get this result for a while, and they're in some vehicle, and I like visualize it as a vehicle. They're in a car, they're in a vehicle, they're driving to get that result. And so what most people do in business is they come and they sell what I call an improvement offer. So they'll come and like, oh, that vehicle you're in. Well, it's like, let me step back. So an example, let's say you're in the weight loss. Let's say you want to lose weight. So the vehicle that you might be in, let's say it's the Atkins diet, or it could be whatever diet, right? And that's the vehicle, and they're in that thing. And so an improvement offer is coming back, and what most people do is like, hey, you're in this thing, I'm going to make that experience better for you, and we're gonna whatever. They try to make it better. But the hard thing is that someone knows what that experience is like. They're in this vehicle trying to get the result, and if they're not happy, like they're not happiness. No matter how hard we try to make that process better, it's going to be, you're always going to have tons of friction. Whereas if I come and say, look,
they're going to compare you to them even if you're different.
Yeah, exactly. So if I come and I can create an actual new opportunity and say, look, get out of that vehicle you're in, getting that result, come over to this vehicle, it's completely different. It's a new opportunity. This is what's going to take you over here. That's how it causes these huge changes. Whereas like, oh my gosh, like things, like life is good, but like I'm seeing things in black and white. Now things are colorful, right? And like it changed, for me it was huge. And so I went on this journey where I went on this big epiphany bridge, and what happens is we come over here to this side.
So helping small business will make me like a Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, just to keep on running. Be simple, serve the people.